So the purpose that why we have gathered over here today is that in City University we have established one City Business Foundation, which is an incubator cell. Now what is that City Business Foundation? It's a Section 8 company. Those who don't know what Section 8 company is, it's a kind of a special purpose vehicle which actually helps you guys to get funds, to get the mentoring support, to get the leadership support from the university as well as from the experts outside, right? So there are many limited incubators in the state, and City University is one of those university which has the incubation center set up in the campus. Now that center is for your benefit. What happens in that center is that whenever government says that okay, we want certain partners, certain students or certain innovators who would like to showcase their ideas to the public and procure the fundings from the government, then they look out for these kind of incubation centers. In university itself, we have incubated more than 37 startups. How many of you are aware of it? I am pretty much sure no one was aware, right? Now, when we say that we have incubated 37 startups, we mean that we have provided them with the space, we have provided them with the legal assistance, we have provided them with the mentoring support, and we are connecting them with the investors also, right? Now, last year we organized one major startup event which was known as the Big Fish Pool. I'm not sure how many of you remember it, but that was the biggest startup conclave that the Punjab witnessed ever. We got more than 250 participants from Pan India, right? And those, all of them were the startups. From those 250, we selected the top 40 participants, and those top 40 participants got the opportunity to pitch their deck before a panel of 16 investors out there. And those 16 investors provided them with the opportunity to get funded up to 6 crores, right? And 7 of the startups, they got the funding opportunity also. 2 were from Kashmir, 2 were from Punjab, and 3 were from the southern part of the country, right? Now, that was the initiative which the university took, and that was the initiative which university, which university initiated actually to help you, get funding out there. Now, government is also doing so many initiatives out there. And yes, when we talk about the fundings, one of the student was from Africa. She was the first student, who pitched the idea before the panels. Her name was Natasha Soko, and she produced, if I'm not, pronouncing it wrongly, it was a cream which, she collaborated with some of the friends from her different fields, and they did the experiments in the lab downstairs, and then they gave free samples to the university. The university students gave the feedback, and then that was manufactured, and then it was presented before the panel of investors out there, and that product actually gained huge round of applause from the investors also. So in order to support these kind of young innovations, and in order to support these kinds of young ideas, Government of India has also announced certain competitions, and Government of India has also announced a special portal which can actually help you guys to secure the actual funding from the investors out there. Now that portal is known as YUKTI portal. Right, I'll show you in a couple of minutes that how YUKTI portal actually functions and how you guys can take the benefits out of it. Now City University is also having one established innovation cell at the campus. Now that cell is monitored and regulated by the Ministry of Human Resource Development. That is established on the guidelines of the MHRD, and I am the president of that cell. right? So year round we organize activities based on innovation, based on entrepreneurship, based on academic excellence. You might be means witnessing or attending certain sessions or certain workshops on the entrepreneurship and innovation. So all those activities, they are organized from IIC part. Now that IIC part has a separate section in it which is known as YUKTI, and government has announced a challenge with the name of YUKTI Innovation Challenge 2023. In that means challenge, if you are producing your ideas, if you are submitting your ideas over there, you need to first register yourself. I'll show you the process that how you need to register. If you register yourself, if you submit your ideas, that idea gets verified and approved, you get a chance to be mentored by the government itself without any charges or without any means you spending any financial penny into it. So that's an opportunity for you guys that you can explore it out. Last year also means somewhere around 20 startups they participated, and they received the support from the Startup Punjab also, from Invest Punjab also, as well as from university side too. So it's a kind of a means unique initiative from the government side which can help you identify your hidden potential. Now how many of you actually know what startup is? Do you guys have any idea what startup is? Anyone? Yes or no? How many of you know?
A new idea generated by someone.
Okay, a new idea generated by someone.
For business and something like that.
Okay. Anyone else? Wrong ही बता दो. ये कौन सा टेस्ट हो रहा है आपका? Anyone else?
Sir, application of the new idea.
Application of the new idea. Okay. मैम आईटी को बुलाना एक बार. सर लैपटॉप चला दो. Okay. So see, when we talk about the startup or when we talk about any entrepreneur, how many of you use Ola or Uber? You use Uber? You use Ola, right? Before Ola or Uber was in existence, were you able to use these kind of services out there? You were not, right? Why? Because there was a problem out there, but there was no one who actually identified that this problem needs a particular solution in it, right? An entrepreneur, he sees the problem, like my friend over here, and she said, so he sees the problem, he tries to find out the solution of it, he gets that solution criticized and vetted from the public out there, and then ultimately he gives that product out in the market for the general public to use. But many of the startups, they fail at the initial level. Why? Because they don't get the proper mentoring support. That's where the government of India and City University, they are coming together to help you guys, that if in case you require certain support, then we are here for you, right? Now when we talk about the support, we means offer you the support in terms of, let's say that if you have any idea, let's say that I have an idea that okay, this is a mouse, okay, but it does not have a laser projection on it. So मेरे पास एक normal idea आया that let's means put up an infrared over here, and by the click of the button this mouse can means turn into a one product which can act as a mouse also as well as a laser pointer, right? Now for me this is an innovative idea, but maybe for you this is not that much innovative, or maybe for you this is not much that relevant to sustain in the market. So what I'm going to do, I am going to give this product out in the market to you guys to criticize it and to give the means feedback that okay, whether this product is going to be successful out there or not, right? Now when we say that yes, this product is going to be successful, then we can ultimately progress to the next step. But when we say that okay, we receive criticisms from the market out there, we try to customize this product as per the requirements of the market out there. Recently there was a trailer, I quote this everywhere, means because that's the example which I think all of you can relate. You saw that the trailer of Adi Purush? You saw that? right? Now when it was launched, was it well received? It was not well received by the audience, right? The audience means backlashed it like anything, and ultimately it was a failure out there. Did the makers listen to the critics and verdicts of the audience before they actually released it in the market out there? They did not. And ultimately that movie tanked at the box office. It was a huge disaster, a loss of 300-400 crores, and it was a failure out there, right? But there was another movie, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, with the name of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now Sonic the Hedgehog is a very popular character which means we used to play in our childhood. एक वो छोटा सा ब्लू कलर का रैबिट सा होता था, hedgehog होता था, who used to run and spin around. So the makers decided to produce a movie with that particular character in mind, but they means changed the character's appearance a bit. And when they presented the trailer out there, they received huge criticism that we are not going to watch this movie, we are not going to support this movie, kindly change the character. Ultimately what happened, the makers listened to it and they changed the character, and that movie was a huge success at the box office. So that's the practical example which you guys can means relate to, that once you receive a particular criticism from the market out there, don't take it in a negative way. That goes for your life also. Whenever means you receive any criticism, you guys are psychological students, you guys are means humanities students, and you are well aware that how psychology works. But the only thing is that if someone is criticizing you again and again, and if you're taking it in a positive manner, then ultimately the change is gonna be within you, right? If you're taking it in a negative manner, then you'll be the most depressed person out there. And same goes for the entrepreneurs. When you talk about the entrepreneurship, an entrepreneur goes through so many struggles in his life. He needs to hustle a lot because he gets support from no one when he starts, right? You take the example of any entrepreneur out there. Whenever he started, means he received the support from no one. How many of you know who's the founder of iPhone? Who founded? Steve Jobs. Was he an entrepreneur or a businessman? He was an entrepreneur. Why? Because he saw that there was a need of a touchscreen device out there. He innovated it, right? And ultimately he produced a phone out there in the market, which means threw the other competitions out of the market like anything. But when Nokia tried to do that thing, was it successful? Today, how many of you know that Nokia is out there? Nokia is not now out there now. They sell phones once or twice in a year, but they are not, means highly in demand as they was in demand earlier out there. Back in the time, owning a 6600 phone, that Nokia model was a means sense of prestige, that yes, I am holding this device in my hand. But now no one is means bothered that okay, whether you are having a Nokia or not, no one matters, no one means take cares of it. So that's why means staying up to date and means staying relevant in the market is very much required out there. Now why means I was telling you the backdrop of this was to introduce you to the YUKTI innovation portal. I'll give you a step-by-step guide that how you can register yourself. If any one of you feels that okay, you have an idea or whereby you want to pitch your idea, means to the government or to the university, you can let us know and we'll help you out in establishing and submitting that ideas to the portal, right? Moreover, we are also going to launch one the second version of the mega startup event, that is the Big Fish Pool season 2, which we are going to means organize in the university in December. That is going to happen on 2nd December, and the entries for that event is also open. So if you want to submit any of your idea over there, you can always reach out to my cabin over there. I'll give you the link and I'll help you out in how you can submit your ideas over there. Okay. So I'll make a move to the dice over there so that I can help you understand that how these things work. Okay. You can see over here, this is the portal of the IIC, right? And it shows that how many individuals are registered, how many ideas are submitted, how many ideas are verified and how many ideas are recommended, right? This is the portal of the university side. Now total 28 individuals have registered their idea. Like I told you that we have more than 37 startups over here. So 28 individuals with 39 ideas and startups, they have registered themselves within the university campus. And some of those, startups, they have received the funding of more than 50 lakhs also. They have received these fundings from Britannia, from government institutions. Some of them have been recognized by the DPIIT, right? So the opportunity is ample out there. Now what you need to do is, we'll be sharing this link with you, which is the link for you to register yourself in the YUKTI innovation repository, right? Once you click on new registration, you need to register yourself as an innovator. So over here, you need to select your state. When you select the state, you will get the list of all the institutes which are registered by the by the Government of India under the YUKTI innovation. So from here, when you search down, you will find City University listed over here. So you need to select City University. You need to provide your name. You need to provide your email ID, your mobile number, your gender, the category, which category you belong to, your current engagement. So the faculties can register themselves under the faculty tab. If you are a student, you can register yourself under the student tab. And if you have any friend who is an alumni of the university or who is an entrepreneur at the incubation, they can select the options given in the drop down from here. Then you need to give your student ID card registration number. You all must have received your student ID card, right? So you might be having a registration number over there. So you need to mention that registration number over here, and you need to upload the proof of that registration number. That means that you need to upload the copy of your ID card over there. Okay. Once you register it, you will be sent a mail with your login ID and password. So once you receive your login ID and password, you again need to come down to this email ID and you need to log in with your credentials over here. So now when you log in into the YUKTI portal, you see that there are two tabs. One is the innovation details and the second one is startup details. If you have any idea, you need to click on the innovation details. If you already have a startup or if you have registered yourself, then you will be adding into the startup details. Now considering you all are young innovators right now, so you will be putting down to the innovation details tab. Once you click on the innovation details type, you get two things. One is the idea and the proof of concept, or the second one is innovation or prototype. Now there are difference in it. Idea means that okay, you have something in mind which you feel that okay, this can happen to be an innovation prototype out there, but you don't have a valid prototype to validate it. Like I said that there was an idea that maybe if I put some infrared over here, then this mouse can be turned into a a projector or a pointer also, but I don't have a prototype with me. So that's an idea out there. If I have a prototype which actually turns into a projector with the click of a button, then I'll be submitting my idea into innovation type. Okay, so based on this you need to select it, and then there are certain details which you need to fill over here. First thing is that you need to give the title or name of the idea or of the innovation prototype that you have thought of. Then you need to submit that this idea you have developed as a part of academic requirement, academic research assignment, or independent assignment. So since now this option lies completely with you. If you are taking it as a part of your academic requirement or study project, some of the students, they have this criteria in their curriculum that they need to project they need to present a project out there, then they'll be selecting academic requirement or study project. If you want to do it as an independent assignment, then you can always select the independent assignment tab over here. Then you need to select the theme, from which domain or from which sector your idea is belong to. There are plenty of options over there from out of which you can always select it. Then you need to select the innovation type, whether your idea is a process, whether it is a product, whether it is a service, right? You need to select it over there. Then you need to select the TRL levels. Now what is TRL level? I'll tell you. So TRL level is technology readiness level, right? So there are three types of levels. One we call it as technology readiness level, second we call it as manufacturing readiness level, and third we call it as investment readiness level. Now why these means jargons were coined? These jargons were coined in order to help you identify the stage where your idea or prototype is at standing at. Right? When we talk at technology readiness level, so we simply means that if my idea is over there, then at what level, at what stage my particular idea is. I'll show you how many TRL levels do we have. So we start the TRL level from 1 and we go up to 9, right? And like 1 to 3, if your idea is at research level, then your idea ranges between TRL level 1 to TRL level 3. If it's in the development stage, then they lie down between TRL level 4 to 6. If the development is complete and now you want to deploy it out in the market, then it will fall under 7 to 9. Similarly, when we I'll share this slide with you, I'll share this PPT with you so that you can understand the more complexity of the system in a better manner. I'll tell you about the MRL level also. See, these are the MRL levels. MRL level 1, MRL level 2, MRL level 3. So means these levels, they actually help you identify the stage or the means area at which your product or innovation is at. And this level helps you identify that okay, this much work is required for you to means develop your idea so that ultimately it reaches the investment level of 9 over out there. So once you identify your product into TRL levels, MRL levels and IRL levels, you need to define the specific problems that why means you thought of this idea. Now I said that okay, I have this idea that maybe this mouse can be turned into a projector out there, into a laser pointer out there, but was it actually required or is it actually the need of the hour? Like I asked you that how many of you used Uber and Ola, so you said that okay, we use Uber and Ola as a means of transport now, right? So for that the problem statement was that the people out there, they were not in a position to book a taxi or book a cab through their mobile phones earlier, and they used to find it hard to commute from one place to another. That's why the Ola Uber pitched in and they introduced the product. How many of you use Zomato or Swiggy out there, right? So right now it's very easy for you to pull out a phone, right? Open Zomato app, place the order and the food gets delivered to you at your doorstep. But earlier the problem was that there was no such app out there. There was no such platform out there which could help you deliver the food without you even moving an inch, right? So you need to identify the problem out there and then you need to define it over there that okay, this is the problem and why this problem is relevant to the today's market. Then identifying the problem is not the end, you need to give the solution also of it. Like there was a problem that people get difficult to commute from point A to point B. That was the problem. So the solution is that let's make an app which can help the users book the cab right from the app itself. So that's the solution, right? So you need to, similarly for your idea, you need to define the problem and then describe the solution of it. Then you need to identify the uniqueness and distinctive features of it. That how your problem or how your solution is unique and distinct from the others available solution out there. Ola and Uber, they both are the platforms which help you book the cab, but your experience of using the Ola app and your experience of using the Uber app, they would be different, right? If you book your meal from Zomato, that's a different experience at all. If you book your meal from Swiggy, that's a different experience at all. So what unique and distinctiveness your product gives to the market, you need to identify it over here. Then you need to give that how your product is different from the competitors. Then is there any IP or patentable component? Now many times what happens that you prepare a product which ultimately holds huge importance out in the market when it comes to the IP. You know that we have a dedicated cell also in the university for getting your ideas registered or getting your ideas patented out there. We have a dedicated intellectual property rights cell in the campus itself. Now if you have any idea, if you feel that you need to get your idea patented, you can always approach Dr. Hamid and he is going to help you out in registering your patent out there. Right? So you need to fill these informations over here. You receive the pre-incubation, you will be receiving the pre-incubation support, highlight the scalability, economic sustainability, environment sustainability, upload some photographs, and then you need to submit it. Once you submit this idea, these ideas will be evaluated by the evaluators, and the selected ideas will be nominated and recommended, and then these ideas will be shortlisted by the government for you to receive grants and funding out there. Alright, so these links is open for you, right? So if you want yourself to be registered, if you want yourself to be nominated, you can visit the IIC cell over here, you can visit me over there, you can visit Apurva ma'am over there, and they'll help you out to register yourself and register your idea out there. Right? Do you have any questions? Any doubts, any questions? Done. Thank you so much.